What's up, dudes and dudes to the internet? My name's Seth, and it's about time that we had one of these heart-to-heart moments where I take a break from the seriousness of trying to come up with funny videos and stuff like that, and just kind of level with you about what's going on. Because I'll admit things have been a little bit stressful for me, and that's probably been reflecting in the videos a little bit, where I've just been trying my best to kind of keep up with having a regular schedule without having that much extra time to focus on what is something that people might end up finding interesting. And most of all that's got to do with me just kind of being a workaholic and overwhelming myself with a bit too many things on my plate. And we're going to talk about that. But first, before we get into that, I want to talk about the games that we're running right now, the games that you can expect to see on the channel, and then we're going to talk about that, you know, what's been going on with me personally on the channel and everything like that, why it's kind of been so stressful and what I'm trying to actually do to fix that. And then I'm going to talk about clickbait. We're going to address this issue right here. I'm going to talk about that in today's video, and then talk about my personal life, things going on with Jub, my girlfriend in the gym, because that's pretty much all my personal life actually is right now. So, as far as the games running on the channel right now, Trove is doing just fine, as always. And we've actually got the Trove Adventure update coming out next week, so that's going to keep me very, very busy. It's going to be easy for me, like I'm going to be taking it easy on myself, I guess I should say, next week. And rather than pumping out tons and tons of tutorials, which I kind of already did most of that. Some of the tutorials for the Trove Adventure update I do need to update because some things have changed since that update's going to hit the live server. But for the most part, you're going to be seeing me do a lot more streaming next week. And generally, I know I always say this, but I want to start doing streaming a little bit more often because it's a lot easier, a lot more convenient for me. And then also, I really enjoy being able to interact with fans on a whole nother level rather than just reading the comments afterwards. You know, I get to actually reply to some of you guys and gals in the video. But then also, we've got Warframe has started on the channel again. That's going to be very few, far, and in between. I do want to try and have that series as often as I can, but again, I'm trying to kind of like, what is really stressful and overwhelming for me right now is trying to get my priorities set as far as the channel and the content is concerned. Again, we'll talk about that in a bit, but I just want to say that Warframe, it's on the channel. I'm going to keep playing it for a while. I actually really do like the Plains of Edelon. It's really, really cool. And then, before we move on from the Trove stuff, I know that so many people keep asking, where's the Trove series on console? What's going on with that? Now, just to kind of get my point across here, I want to let you all know that the Xbox, the PlayStation 4, and the PC Let's Play series, I view those as something separate from the tutorials. The tutorials I do on the PC version of Trove because it's easier. I can run the game at 60 frames for once, and then not to mention, I'm already at the end game completely maxed out on PC. And it's just, overall, I've got everything set up. It's a whole lot easier for me to record tutorials and stuff on the PC version than it is on the console version, because the console version, I'm a lot slower at playing the game. Now, my point being that the tutorials I view as something separate. So while I've been getting a lot of people asking, what's going on with the console series? Are you just done with the game? The PC series, like the PC Let's Play series, I haven't had that on the channel either. Now, I know that a lot of console players just consider the tutorials to be in the same breath as the PC Let's Play series because it's on PC, it's on that version of the game. But I consider all of the series just as important. It's just that I haven't really had the time to play it that much. And also just kind of been preparing for, like I said, I want to start doing the live streams a little bit more often next week and stuff like that. And generally, I want to start being able to live stream on the console again, but we'll see what happens with that. You know, it's very inconvenient for me to live stream on console, unfortunately. So usually it's really easy for me to just log in, record a video on the console, and then start getting to editing and stuff. The console generally is actually a lot easier for me to record than it is for the PC series, as far as a Let's Play is concerned anyways, because on the PC I get addicted to like making cuts in the video and stuff like that, right? But anyways, the new things that you can expect on the channel, is Roblox is going to be coming back. Lots of people keep asking me whether or not Roblox is coming back. I guess because some of you dudes and dudettes have seen me playing it in the Discord, which links are in the description for that, as always. Discord ended up hitting a year, by the way. Like, our Discord channel hit 1 year old, so that's pretty crazy. It's definitely come a long way. We probably could get verified, but I don't even know what that does on Discord, and I don't really care. But either way, that was really, really cool. That already happened like last week or the week before that or something. I didn't make a video on it because I've just been so swamped with work. But Roblox is going to be coming on the channel. We got the Jailbreak. I'm going to start a series on that. And then Burst Sword 2, or Sword Burst 2, I guess it's called. I actually really enjoy that game, so I'm going to be starting a series on that one as well. And probably, you know, I'll probably most of all wait and take suggestions from you guys and gals and let me know, like, which games do you think are, like, really cool and something that I might actually play. But for the most part, what I want to do with Roblox this time around is kind of focus more on what people want to see rather than playing the random side games that I enjoy. Now, don't get me wrong, I just enjoy Roblox as a whole, so I'm perfectly fine with playing the top games and stuff like that. But my point being that last time around, like, I kind of got addicted to this idea of playing these games that weren't popular because I wanted to make them a little bit more popular by showing people that, hey, this game exists and I think it's really cool, rather than just playing the games that everybody else enjoys and just going with that. So that's probably what I'm going to do, because I think that's why I ended up stopping playing Roblox on the channel, was because I was constantly trying to look for new games to cover rather than just playing the ones that were already, like, people were already into. It's just this weird idea in my head that I have where it's like not giving the people what they want, you know what I mean? And that's kind of what's going on with Warframe as well, is it's like people like Plains of Edelon, which is great because I like Plains of Edelon, so never mind going out and doing any of the other missions. We might eventually end up getting to do the War Within because we never finished that the last time we were playing Warframe, but it's not really that big of a priority for me. We'll see what happens with all of that. And that's pretty much it as far as the Let's Plays that I have planned are concerned, because otherwise everything else is pretty much going to be filled up with indie games. Yeah, I know. So I talked about this briefly in my last vlog video, but I'm at the point right now, which I'm very grateful for it, but it's very overwhelming, where I've got game requests from developers and stuff. I've got games for every single day until next year and a couple months into that, and that's just one new game for every month, or not for every month, for every day. So I got tons and tons of free games now, to the point where I'm starting to have to decline ones that I don't think people would be interested in, or that I don't think I would be interested in, I guess I should say, because, you know, at first I was just like, whoa, this is awesome. I'm getting all sorts of free games and stuff that I can end up playing. This is great. This means I don't gotta worry about, like, what am I gonna end up playing tomorrow, right? But now it's gotten to the point where I'm just getting so much of it that it's like, oh, I think I bit off a little bit more than I could chew here, you know? And with that, you know, with playing all the random side games and stuff, while it's a lot of fun, there's kind of a couple things that come into play as far as, like, my career as a, you know, commentator and Let's Player is concerned, is when you're doing games on YouTube and stuff, when I'm doing all these side games, it means that it takes a lot more time than it does for a Let's Play series. Because with a Let's Play series, I pretty much can just make, you know, a theme for the thumbnails and stuff like that, and just kind of follow that theme throughout the series, and just kind of pump it out and not really worry about it. It's just more about consistency and having the series consistently come out and be something that people are interested in. You know, outside of, like, Mario Odyssey, I'm not, like, the biggest channel for that or anything, but I still enjoyed myself playing that game. But kind of like with that too, where it's like, with that one, I kind of just was trying to have the series out as quick as possible, rather than focusing on making, like, the best quality, like, thumbnails and stuff like that that I could have, which, you know, whatever, I'm giving myself a little bit of leeway here. But my point being that when I'm playing these indie games and these other random games that I don't have a full Let's Play series on, I gotta get all the information for the game to put into the description, all the links and everything like that, while also it being very, very difficult to try and sell it. You know, like, to try and sell the video is a very difficult thing when you aren't established. So take my Trove series, for example. Of course, it's the most popular on the channel. I've been playing that game for years. If I was playing Roblox for years, that would be very popular on the channel as well, which, you know, we'll see what ends up happening, but I do want to keep playing Roblox, hopefully, for the years to come, because I really do enjoy that game. And while it might seem like, you know, something that's like, why are you playing Roblox of all things? But it's like, it really just fits with my channel. You know, I'm family friendly, and Trove and Roblox kind of they just kind of fit very well together. You know, Warframe's actually the odd one out, where for some reason everyone's just into it, even though the game itself is like brutally violent and stuff. But it's like, I guess because it's a free-to-play game about ninjas, maybe that's why all the kids are into it, right? But my point being that it gets very difficult to try and put out these videos every day where it's like I barely scratch the surface in these videos about what the game is about, you know, how it handles and everything like that, and what's going on with it. So it can be very difficult. Like, it's a challenging part of my job that I enjoy to a degree, of trying to figure out, how can I make this video, you know, exciting for people? How can I make it so that people want to actually check out this random game that I'm playing? You know, because my overall goal when I'm playing the games that I get for free is not even so much like, it's like I get happy when I see that people are interested and watching the video for sure, but more so it's because I'm happy to think that people are interested in that game. And that, you know, the developers gave me a free copy of the game, so maybe I get them a couple sales on the game. That's just kind of my mentality towards it. But as I've been growing, not only as a content creator, but just as a person as well, I've been starting to realize that that's not sustainable. You know, kind of sitting there and always trying to work towards making these random game videos for the developers and stuff, because then I'm really forcing myself. Let me kind of try that again. When I get these free games from the developers, I try very hard to not only have the video out very soon, but also very close to the release date of the game itself, because they gave me a free copy. I feel like I owe it to them. But now that I've got so many different games that I can play, which again, it's an awesome, like very crazy opportunity that I've been able to get this many, you know, games to end up playing and stuff. So many that I don't know what to do with, but it's like I'm kind of starting to take the liberty of, they're giving me the game for free, which this might turn a couple people off, but I don't really know how else to phrase it. I'm just kind of saying in my own head, they're giving me the game for free. Okay, they're not paying me to play the game. You know, and not that I want to get paid to play the games and stuff. I like getting paid from YouTube just fine. But my point being that it's like I can relax a little bit, because it's like, it doesn't matter if I don't get the video out by the deadline, because otherwise I just got like so many games to end up covering, right? So I just wanted to give you a little peek into my world as to what's actually going on with that. And that's also why you've probably noticed the clickbait on the channel has been getting a bit crazy. Most of all, again, that's got to do with the point that I made earlier, where I've been having a very hard time keeping up. So I'm just not really thinking, you know, I don't really have the extra time to put thought into what's a good thumbnail, what's a good title to the video that people are going to find interesting, you know? More recently, the biggest one that ended up going wrong, I guess, was Job Simulator Part 4, where I did a similar clickbait title in all of the other Job Simulator games, saying about how I was quitting YouTube and starting a normal job, which new subscribers wouldn't know, obviously, that that's kind of a satire. You know, I kind of do clickbaiting sarcastically, I guess I would say, where it's like, I'm kind of doing it as a joke towards all the other content creators that end up doing it for realsies, you know, like me quitting YouTube and stuff. It's like, I'm not quitting YouTube, and I find it stupid that other YouTubers are always crying about how they're not making enough money and saying that they're going to quit YouTube and stuff. I'm already making a full-time living off of my videos. I'm perfectly content with how YouTube is right now, you know, with how my career is right now, outside the fact that I'm personally overwhelming myself a little bit too much, which kind of, you know, I think a lot of that also has to do with the fact that I rushed the Mario series, because that was a lot of extra time to go into a third video coming out each day, rather than just another video that was going to come out every second day or something like that, you know? So obviously it ended up being a lot more work on my plate. So that could be most of what's going on and why I'm kind of feeling a bit stressed out. Now that I'm actually done with the Mario series, we'll see if it ends up slowing down a little bit. But again, you know, now I'm kind of trying to meet that deadline of not getting Warframe out every 5 weeks, you know, or getting Roblox out as often as I can, you know, on top of all the indie games and stuff. But again, you know, with those games being a Let's Play series, it means that I can just kind of focus on, okay, I know how to sell a Let's Play series. I don't know how to sell random games yet, you know? So anyways, that's kind of what I've been doing with the clickbait. Is most of all, it's not even that I'm trying to clickbait necessarily. It's just that I think it's funny, and I'm just doing these goofball things where it's like I'm not really taking it seriously. And I think that that's kind of been reflected in the comments lately, where people have started to kind of realize that I haven't been taking it as seriously, and I know that I need to start taking things a little bit more seriously and kind of focusing more on the channel and stuff, by which of focusing on myself a bit more. Because that's what's been going on right now, and I'll admit that, where it's like, because I've been getting, so much growth with the channel and stuff like that, and so much has been going on lately, that's why I've kind of been taking a little bit of a break from the Trove Let's Play series, for example, because I need that time for myself. I need the time to think. I need the time to recharge. You know, not only is YouTube a dream job, yes, it most definitely is. I love doing it, and I'm very, very grateful to every single one of you for tuning into my videos. That makes it possible that I can make a living from just doing YouTube. However, it being a personal passion of mine, and meaning that I'm self-employed, you gotta stay motivated 24/7. You know, like, that's just kind of what comes with YouTube. Other YouTubers have talked about it. It is a real thing. Like, seriously, YouTube is a 24/7 job. It's not like, or not a 24/7. Well, it is 24/7 because it's like always in my head. But I mean, like, it's a 7-day-a-week gig. You know, you never have a day off. You might have a day off if you stockpile a bunch of recordings and stuff, and then you can take a day. But even then, you gotta like go on YouTube and manage a couple things and check comments and everything like that, because otherwise it's just gonna pile up, and then you just can't keep up to it, right? So it's a 7-day-a-week gig, and it's kind of just been a bit much, especially with all the holidays and everything going on right now, and a lot of things going on in my personal life, that it's just been like, whoa, this has to slow down a little bit. And I guess that's most of all what I'm trying to get the point across in this vlog video. I hope I'm not kind of repeating myself too much. I always have a very hard time when I'm trying to explain things like this, because I know a lot of this is sensitive subjects, and I don't really want to trigger anybody, because this is more of a personal video than any of my other videos when I talk like this with you guys and gals, because I'm just sitting here and getting real, and I'm trying to just explain that it's like, yeah, this is why I'm doing YouTube, and this is what's going on right now. And yes, I am very well aware, you know, I'm the same person now as I am in my videos, so I'm very well aware of what's been going on with my videos. So that said, yeah, I'm gonna be trying to focus on like pulling a little bit back on the reins here, and taking things a little bit easier on myself, which I know is going to end up being better for all of you, because as I end up taking my time with things, you know, it means that I get more time for editing. I feel more inspired doing my videos and stuff like that, and overall I know that you all end up enjoying those videos a lot more. But yeah, I'll admit that YouTube is a very tough gig right now, because it's very... Being a man, you get very addicted to numbers, you know, and boys can understand this as well. Like, it's just kind of a male thing that ends up happening. You get addicted to math, right? It's just because we have a very, like, that's just kind of how we're hardwired, right? I don't want to get all deep and stuff, but I'm just saying that it's like, when I see the huge explosion of videos and Trove on the channel, and not to mention just playing the VR games and stuff like that, and seeing those videos actually getting more and more popular as well, it gets very, very addictive. And then that's where it's like, then I start stressing myself out when suddenly I start seeing those numbers go back down. Like the fact that, you know, we hit 100,000 subscribers only a couple months ago, but it ended up hitting like so quick, and now it's been such a slow incline to 150,000 subscribers, or 150K, right? And that's kind of the thing, is it's like, that's why I'm pulling back the reins and just saying, whoa, dude, because otherwise I'm sitting here stressing out, not because the numbers are going slow, mind you. It's because with the numbers going slow, I'm sitting here questioning my own content. I'm sitting here questioning, what is it that things are going so slow? What am I doing wrong? And that's never a good thing. So that's kind of the whole point that I was trying to come to, is that's kind of how I've been viewing my content, and that's why you know, some of my content and some of my clickbait has kind of had this little bit of a feeling of being desperate rather than being something that was funny. So personally, as the guy that's creating these videos, I want to apologize to the hardcore fans, but you all know what's already going on with me anyways. Because yeah, I don't like doing that. Like, I really don't. I don't like doing all of the clickbait and stuff. I do like doing clickbait. I think it's hilarious using the big red arrow and everything like that. Yes, using it sarcastically is fine, and using it in the Trove videos to a light degree I think is really, really good as well. Just because, it's good, because people on their cell phones can end up reading and seeing the thumbnails very, very easily. It's a great new future of YouTube, right? But as far as like how much effort I've been putting into making no effort whatsoever, it's like, yeah, I gotta work on this a little bit more. So anyways, I feel a lot better just talking about this. I feel like a huge weight is off my shoulders, just because now I know that, for the hardcore fans that ended up actually watching this video, I know there's going to be some people that'll still complain on my videos that didn't watch this, but that's the whole point, is I'm not making content for those people. I'm making content for the people that are actually interested in being a fan and being interested in not only the games that I'm playing, but also my unique personality, right? Because I'm kind of a freak like that. And so I just wanted to say thank you for your supportive words and everything like that I've been seeing in the comments and stuff, because I know how much my videos mean to a lot of you, and I never want to give the impression that I'm going to like quit YouTube or stop doing YouTube or anything like that. And that's where it's like I kind of view like for shame on myself with that recent job simulator video, because despite the fact that all my job simulator videos, I did clickbait them. I specifically did, because I thought it was hilarious, where I quit and get a real job and stuff. I never ended up making the thumbnail too obvious. I did make the thumbnail obvious that it was just a joke, right? Just a goof. And then in the part 4 of the job simulator, I think that's what got people so triggered, was that I just went full out, made the thumbnail look like it was real, like I was actually quitting YouTube, right? And, that's the whole thing. That's what I love about YouTube in general, is that I can go to these extremes, and then the community, you folks watching at home, kind of draw me back to my roots. Draw me back to, whoa, dude, this is getting a little out of hand. You got to start focusing a little bit more on yourself, and that's exactly true. So that's exactly what I'm doing. Now, anyways, this video is already going on quite long, but let's talk about my personal life a little bit here, because outside of YouTube, I actually don't really have that much of a personal life. I got my new girlfriend, Mariko, which you've probably seen her on my Snapchat and stuff. My Snapchat and Instagram is just ScythePlaysYT. But I haven't really shown her in the videos or anything. I probably won't, unless I would end up doing a co-op series with her one day in the future, but I don't know, I like doing things myself in my own way, so I'm kind of particular about those things. But either way, it's been a fantastic relationship, man. Like, we're so in love, and I'm so happy to have her in my life, especially while I'm going through all of this craziness. Like, it's just been great. On top of all you guys and gals with all your support, like, seriously, it means the world to me. I don't get to say it enough in the videos and stuff, because those are more for humor and joking and stuff, but really, like, it melts my heart to think that so many of you are so supportive and kind. It really means a lot to me, right? So I just want to say, for those of you that have been leaving those comments, I'm sorry I haven't been able to reply. That's just kind of what it is right now, and that's what it's going to be in the future. I already had a vlog video talking about this a while back, where I can't reply to everybody anymore. I would love to, but it's not at that point anymore, dude. Like, it's a very sad truth that I had to accept, and I'm still having a very hard time accepting. But anyways, besides my girlfriend, then there was also just Jub, my pug, who's actually sleeping right beside me on her bed. She's adorable. She's great. It's been, that's been a big adjustment period for me as well, because it's like having a kid, except thankfully she's a dog, so she's going to end up growing up a lot faster, and it's a lot easier than having a human child. But it's been crazy, man. Like, now that the cold weather is around, like, she has fleas. There's fleas out here. It sucks. There's pretty much no way you can actually get rid of fleas, just because they're everywhere here, dude. Like, you give them the medicine, it doesn't matter, because she gets it right back from the cats that end up going outside all the time, right? But now that the weather's getting colder, the fleas are starting to die off, and she's sleeping like all the time now. Like, she must be exhausted. I feel sorry for her, just being itchy all the time. Not to mention her teething period is getting a little bit near the end here. I think anyways. She might be teething for quite some time. But either way, she's not really as bitey with things, right? And then also, I do need to try and find time to take her down to the vet because she can actually get fixed. So that's gonna be quite an adjustment, not only for her, but for me as well, because I don't really know what she's gonna be like afterwards, because it can change their mood quite a bit. Most of all in male dogs, but for female dogs, they usually end up becoming like fatter and lazier or something. I don't know. That's kind of what happens with cats anyways. It's been a long time since I had a dog. And then there's also just the gym. That's the big thing, which, you know, I'm not trying to show off in any way, shape, or form or say gym life or that I'm like super strong or anything like that. I love exercising, dude. Like I love compound lifts. I love just lifting those heavy weights. Like it feels so good. And I ended up doing the gym like a couple years back with my brother. We hit it way too hard, too fast. It was unsustainable. We quit. Now I'm going to the gym. I go every second day, arms and legs. And if I'm not feeling it, I skip the day and then I just go the next day. And it's been so casual and it's been awesome. I'm loving it. So I can't really tell you what all of my weights are up to. I'm doing all sorts of different weird exercises, but of course I'm doing the Trinity 3, which is my bench, which I just the other day got to 190. So I'm very proud of that. I've never lifted that much in my entire life. The long-term goal is to get that to 225. Then there's my squat, which is at 245. I had that over 300 a couple years back when I was doing the gym. You know, that's going to be a very slow incline though, because that's not sustainable, and I don't like having rubber legs all the time. Not to mention if you're squatting like all the time, you get really, really big thunder thighs, and I don't like it, man. It's gross because you can barely fit in any of your pants. So you know, that long-term goal again is to be a little bit over 300. My deadlift right now is at 325, so I think that's about what I was doing the couple years back when I was going to the gym. I think that's what it was at, but I don't exactly remember. The long-term goal of that one is to have it like at 400, if not a little bit more, because the big, grand long-term goal, and you know, even all this stuff that I'm talking about is a long-term goal. I mean over years, because I'm going to be doing the gym for the rest of my life, right? The long-term goal is to get into the 1,000-pound club. I just think that would be so cool, just as a personal goal of mine. If you don't know what that is, you pretty much do one rep of your bench, your squat, and your deadlift, and all of the weight of each of those has to combine into 1,000 pounds. And then you're actually like legit in this thing that's called the 1,000-pound club. So you know, that's a personal long-term goal of mine, but you're not going to see, like, I'm never going to have a video where I'm like showing off shirtless or something stupid, or be like I can't stand it when you see those YouTubers that clearly like are going to the gym and then they start doing this in their videos, like, you know, and it's like, why? You know, I'm not looking for that type of accomplishment or anything. I'm doing it as a own personal goal of mine and sharing it with you guys and gals because it's something that I'm passionate about. You know, like with all the YouTube and stuff like that. So anyways, this video is long enough. Also, this camera can only ever record up to half an hour before it ends up stopping. So we'll call it here, and I want to say a big thank you to every single one of you that ended up watching through this entire video, because I know it was long, I know it was probably boring for some people, but for the hardcore fans, I know you're going to appreciate it because it's always been such a long time. Like, I always talk about these things eventually, but it always takes way too long before we get to touch base on everything that's going on, and it always takes way too long for me to kind of relieve this stress by sharing it with all you guys and gals, because that's the thing that I've always had with my channel, and I always will have my channel, is honesty. You know, I'm never going to end up, you know, hiding anything from you guys and gals or keeping things separate. I'm always going to tell you straight, this is what's going on, I know what's happening, and I'm going to do something about it. So I want to say thank you all for the kick in the teeth with all the clickbait stuff, because, you know, I really do appreciate those criticisms and take them to heart, because it's like, it kind of reminds me to come back to what I started doing YouTube for in the first place, which is not to be the biggest YouTuber out there. It's because I love making these videos. And the fact that I can do them for a living, hey, I can't complain about anything. So thanks so much for watching, everybody. Very much appreciate it. Hope that you enjoyed today's video, and I hope that you enjoy all of the content that's coming out around the corner. And I hope that you have a fantastic day. Sayonara, and stay epic, everybody.